Hey, how's it going? I am the Sanguium, and welcome back to Create Above and Beyond. So, it's been quite a bit, actually, since I've last played, because I've been doing all the inscription videos. We're heading right into the Brass Age, as now we have all the materials we need to make the brass building, the big brass building. And I'm going to go ahead and show you the steps I took to get to that point. It actually took a very long time. It took multiple days to get the materials. Not because they were hard to get, but because it was really tedious. The obvious difficult one being the palm trees, so let's show that real quick. So yeah, we got our palm trees here, which are going to stay there for the time being, just in case, just in case we need more. And, I have a pumpkin patch here to get some pumpkins, because believe it or not, I needed pumpkins for this. Here's the material checklist. We have everything except these few things here. I mean, feral lanterns need brass machines, so that's not necessary. Brass casings, we don't need that yet. It's fine. Dirt, grass block, we don't need any of that. That's all the natural stuff. We have everything we need right here. We have the palm supports, and a lot of steel columns, factory blocks, rust. We got seared glass and stuff. We're gonna have our say. A nice smeltery station. We have the pumpkins. We even have redstone links because we're gonna use those to make this automatic. We have stripped palm wood because I'm an idiot and I built this blueprint out of stripped palm wood instead of stripped palm logs. So it took way more logs that needed, and I didn't feel bothered to change it. But that's besides the point. The point is, it's ready. I have lots of gunpowder in here. I think this should be enough. Out of gun... What the... Whatever. It'll figure it out. And as you saw in the time-lapse, this is where it's going. Right here. It's a big spot. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to set up a nice little spot that I can watch this from, and we're going to, time-lapse the building of it, just like we did with the Mega Mill. How's that sound? Alright, there we go. So, brass building's done. What do you think? Cool design, don't you think? Oh yeah. This is a cool building. I like the little stuff you do here. The brace planks do this window kind of thing if you put something else in there. So I just put a bunch of crude horizontal planks in there. And this is the inside. I did not think till now that it needs lights, because the feral lamps were the light source of this place. Alright, so unfortunately we have some torch spam going, but that's okay. We'll live. And we also have all these open spots here where, the hill kind of dipped and all that. You can just fill that in with dirt for now. Have a cool grass path, I guess. Now, this is what the brass casing was going to be. It was just going to cover up this spot. Hypothetically, I could just cover it with shafts and then use the brass casings on that. Because you can cover shafts with brass casings and for aesthetic reasons. And it doesn't consume the casing. But, I don't know, I don't feel like doing that. And I especially like this contraption up here. It just looks like a bunch of chutes funneling into this thing. I feel like it would be cool to hook up an iron generator to that. But, I don't know. I feel like this is more industrial than this is actually going to be used for. Maybe I can reuse this idea in the big factory. I don't know. I just thought it looked aesthetically pleasing to have something like this above a smeltery. Just thought it looked cool. But yeah, whatever is going to be going in there, we can just have it come through that, like, tunnel. And that tunnel just goes through to over here. So you can have, uh-oh. Get out of here. So we could just have, like, most of the contraptions in here. And then have it assembled either in here or something. And then over here is a silo. Like, it's just a giant silo, big old tube going up. I figured we could put some kind of rotary farm in there. I do know that you can make infernal mechanisms out of the warped vine and crimson vines. So we could put one of those in there, maybe. We have the furnace. The giant old furnace here. I figured we could do our actual iron production in there. And maybe we could just hook up those pipes to some sort of, I don't know, like, you could just put whatever you want and it'll feed stuff into this. I honestly, other than practical uses, I have no idea what to use this thing for, production-wise. I wonder how you get in there. Hold on. I just realized I don't have a way in here. Guess I could just open this up. There we go. I gotta get rid of all this dirt because I had it not replace solid blocks. Let's get rid of this, and then it should be a full smeltery. Alright, let's climb out. Okay. Hop on down. This thing is now operational. Look at that, we even got an advancement for that. But yeah, this furnace, I think, just looks cool. I was going to use something called, what was it? Encased brass? Yeah, it's not here on the JEI, but it was in the creative menu in the creative world, and I was building with it thinking, oh yeah, that looks so cool. It was like a chisel block, encased brass, but then I tried to look for it in the, like, the iChisel to figure out how to make it, and I couldn't figure it out, and anything I used that was kind of orange looking for this, it just didn't look right, so I used pumpkins. I think pumpkins look okay. And I used the steel up top, andesite. I think it's called jelly bean andesite. Like jelly bean brick. And over here I intend to have some sort of elevator. You can push a button and it brings you up to like this catwalk that goes through all the contraptions, because I want this area to just have contraptions everywhere that do all of the stuff, like along the walls and everything. And you could just use a lift to kind of go up and do maintenance with them. And this over here is the garage. So this is where there's supposed to be a bunch of brass casings. Like right here. I even picked up some rails. Put that there. And, you know, you could set down the drill here so that you could do stuff with it here instead of it being out in the middle of the andesite town. And there's also one final thing that I would like to do, something that I can't really do yet because of lack of brass technology. But see this doorway here? Sure would suck if mobs could just walk in. I do have an idea for that. I have a door idea that uses minecart contraptions, that puts them on a piston, and just pushes it up through the floor, because here's the thing, whenever you use a mechanical piston or a rotary device, like a mechanical bearing, it will move a bunch of blocks in a direction, but once it has contact with other blocks, it stops and it just places all the blocks where it stops. Now, a minecart contraption, on the other hand, will go through blocks, as long as the minecart itself is not going through anything. The blocks attached to it will phase through blocks, so if you put I will say a custom door on a minecart and push it up with a piston, it will come up through the floor, and you can't walk through. Like, you can't walk through minecart contraptions, so Doesn't that sound like a cool idea for a door? Just have these palisades. Is that what they're called? A palisade, yeah. I'll have a palm palisade with a window on it. Pop up out of the ground and block up the door. And if you just and all it takes is just being near it to open it. If you're a player. I like that idea. And now something else I want to talk about is this room here. There's a cool skylight here for that natural lighting. I want to put my storage here. I think I mentioned before that storage in the Mega Mill Wagon is getting a little cramped. I want to add an automatic sorting system into this room using Create Stuff. I could probably just have everything on a treadmill going through, and then when it comes up to the appropriate smart chute, it just drops down. And I like that idea. So maybe we can do that. But first we need brass production. And with this here smeltery, brass production should be at least somewhat easy. At least easier. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's go ahead and start researching a little bit. Should I clear out this pumpkin patch? Maybe I'll leave it for now. Just grab some pumpkins every now and then. Pumpkins actually fetch a pretty penny. Like 4 pumpkins is 1 coin, so a pumpkin farm would be kind of cool. Alright, I keep getting sidetracked. If we look here, we have quite a few things we have to do. We have to make some sort of sky stone generator. We need a healthy water supply, consistent. There is a way to make infinite water, but it involves an ocean. We have a pond all the way over there, but I don't know if that's good enough. And even if it is good enough, we have to get all that water from over there to over here. And when you put mechanical pumps in water, and it sucks up some water, the water sources don't flood together and create more water. It's a little different. If you put a pump in a pond, that's not infinite water. That will drain the pond eventually. So there needs to be some way to get infinite water. I'm thinking a deployer with a bucket, scooping up water, and then that bucket dumping itself into an item drain. And then the item drain goes to a tank, and that tank of water can be used in contraptions. That's just what I'm thinking. I think that's a pretty good solution, given that we're not near an ocean. But okay, temporary sand. Initially, Certus quartz seeds require sand to be crafted. However, for full automation, it might be worthwhile to bypass that requirement with the help of mechanical crafters. Mechanical crafters? At this stage? Let's give this a look-see. Certus quartz seeds, sand, and Certus quartz. Well, you don't really need a mechanical crafter. You just need shapeless crafting for that. And then if you put it on, like, under a spout with water, which I see where the infinite water has to come from, because, yeah, you need a lot of water for that, and you just have this going on and on and on, then you'll get a pure Certus quartz crystal, which you can smash, or mill is probably easier, into dust, and then use that to make 2 more seeds. But what do you need the pure crystal for? Ah, to make polished rose quartz, that's why. Redstone you get from volatile sky solution, which is water mixed with sky stone. Okay, I'm getting a better picture now on what to do with all of this. I think the first thing we need to do, though, to make a lot of this stuff easier, is find a way to utilize this machine here and make it so that it can make brass. So we're going to have to replace some of these bricks with like pipe outputs and all that so that we can output some stuff. We're going to have some sort of temporary power source, because I already know how I want to power this place, and it's not with windmills or anything. Something called the furnace engine. What the flywheel? Where's the flywheel at? Where is the flywheel? Oh, does the flywheel require crafting? Oh, it requires the mechanical crafter. But yeah, the flywheel can power an entire factory Like, you know how the windmill up there that generates like 6,000 stress units or something? A flywheel can do like, I think 16,000 if you're using a normal furnace, and 32,000 if you're using a blast furnace or something. Which you can also use a smoker, so I was thinking we could also have some sort of farm set up. So first thing we need to do is we need to make a mixer and a basin. Because apparently you can't just alloy them together. Can you? Hold on. Yeah, there's literally no way to mix that together into brass without a mixer. At least there's no heating required. That's kind of cool. I just realized something else too. If we're going to be dealing with a lot more fluids, having copper machines would be nice, which would require rubber production. We'll have to think about making a rubber place here in the andesite village in a little bit. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put up a temporary water wheel until we get enough brass to make what we want to make. On second thought, let's make a windmill. We'll just make a giant windmill. It doesn't even have to really look like anything. It could just be something like this. Put it out here somewhere. You know what? Maybe you know what? I'm digging up the pumpkin patch. There we go. Freaked out a little bit, but that's okay. We got 2,000 stress units from this. Not bad, not bad. We got a little output here. We could just run this inside. Alright, I'm thinking we do brass production over in, like, this corner or something. Maybe over here. I'm not sure. I want it to be somewhere that's not going to take up a lot of space. It's, like, out of the way. Like, maybe here. You know what? Maybe in this corner. And we just have the pipes run from here. I like that. I like that. Alright, we'll have it over here. Now, unfortunately, we can't make smart pipes yet. But that's okay. So let's see. Drain, chute, duct. Filtered smeltery fluid input and output using copper cans or buckets. This is filtered using cobalt of all things. I think I should have some cobalt lying around. Here we go. Oh, that's right. We gotta fuel the damn thing. We do have some buckets of lava on hand, so that shouldn't be an issue. You know what? Let's test out the ingot part. You know what? I kind of want to see this thing in action. I'm sure you guys do too. So let's fuel this thing up. It's got 12 spots for fuel. Oh, interesting. Okay, apparently that's how you do it. Let's put 2 things of lava. This thing should now be powered. Yeah. 2 buckets. Let's throw that in there. Lots of space, as you can see. And once it's ready, it will basically duplicate how much we have here. So we put 13 in, we should get 26 out. 26. So let's take one of these, put that here, have that go in. Alright. So that's making ingots without me having to intervene and tap the faucet each time. Because every time it comes down, the comparator sees something in the hopper, triggers this link, which just makes this thing go off a lot. Alright, that's nice. That's very nice. That's super convenient. I love that. That'll make ore processing far easier. So that I don't have to just stand around and do nothing. This also means I can liquidate a lot of this ore I've been saving up. We'll do that later. We'll do that later. I'm thinking we put the brass machine here, the brass mixer. We run 2 pipes here and here through these 2 holes. One will do zinc, one will do copper. Maybe they can both go here. We can't have them combine, though, I just realized. Because if they combine into one pipe, then it might be filled more with copper than zinc. I wonder if you can put a pipe in the bottom. You probably can. You probably can. And then over here will be the output. So we need quite a bit of pipe. So let's go make some pipe out of the copper. Alright, so here's the pipes. I have to make them glass, otherwise they stick to each other. And now I just need to set the filters of these to zinc and copper. I have some copper dust here, so I'll just throw that in there. I do have some bad news, though. The bad news being that, unfortunately, in order to make the smart pipe, to make it so that way it only takes brass from that basin, I need a lot of cured rubber. I think I need a stack of cured rubber. And I only have 16. I don't have enough, because I haven't been collecting vines frequently like I usually have. I bet I could get a pretty good amount from just this, but I don't know, 4 to 1, like, I'm gonna need a lot more vines than that. So maybe next episode we're gonna do the whole rubber production thing. But for now, we can at least have some kind of brass device working. Alright, I got some copper cans. So let's take that off of there. That here. Alright, we have 1 ingot of molten copper. Let's take that. Put it here. Now supposedly it will only take copper from this. Let's get the rest of that copper out of there. And we'll throw the zinc in. Oh, you can just right-click the... Okay, that makes it much easier. Alright, let's set this thing up. Like I said, this is very temporary. So we'll just... I don't know, do this. Make that go that way. Alright, there we go. That's going a little bit faster. Alright, so now we've got 8 zinc and 8 copper. Let's throw those in here. I think we're almost out of lava. What? Oh, it's working! It's going in here. Oh, that's nice. Although I forgot to power it! Damn it! Okay, here we go. This should be better. We'll put this here. That'll mix it up. Now we're getting some brass. But I can't make it leave the basin yet. So we'll take some extra seared faucets here. And we'll take this tank over here. Oh wow, it used up all of that. Alright, that's kind of neat. Uh-oh. I didn't realize it could do that. Alright. Let's put that there then. And that prevents it from connecting. I'm hoping there's no issues, like it's going to take out the zinc and copper first. Oh lord, that was scary. Oh my god. How did you even spawn in here? Good lord, that scared the hell out of me. I wonder if I jumped. I don't know. Yeah, it took out the zinc. Oh lord, wait a minute. It's pushing all the brass back in. Oh, but it won't accept it. Yeah, it won't accept it because, yeah, because of the filter. But now, this can finally be, Wait a minute, some of that copper got destroyed, wait. There's some copper missing. There's 8 millibuckets of copper missing from this now. Okay, that's all the brass. How much we got? 7 ingots. That's fine. Alright, got 7 ingots from that. And I left some of them in there. It's fine. So this shows that our little brass making setup works. So now that we have something that actually works, we can, you know, do something with that. By which I mean, we can make brass components to make into brass casing and stuff. And we can make certain brass materials that don't require brass machines. Like, what all can we make with just brass? An item pipe would be kind of nice. That might actually make certain, like, sorting system stuff a little bit easier. Make brass lanterns out of blaze powder. Brass sheets that can be used to make smart chutes, but it requires an electron tube. But that's okay. Electron tubes, just making like 1 or 2. Oh, they require a spout though. Spouts with iron. Alright, so I'm gonna leave this episode here. You know, I don't think we did too much progress-wise, but at the very least, we can make brass. Just put our copper and zinc in there, and then it just becomes brass. We just need that smart pipe now. That will automatically put brass in here, and that'll seal the deal, I think. But in order to do that, we need, for us, we need sealed rubber mechanisms. So next episode, we are making a machine that makes rubber, because that would be really useful. It would save me a lot of time, because it's not that difficult to make rubber, but it's super tedious. Because I gotta come over here to my vines, and I just have to shear them all off, make the rubber, and then wait for more vines. And you know what? I've had about enough of that. Plus, I want to explore this hellbark lava thing with the tree extractor. We're gonna have to find out what that's all about. So thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, consider subscribing. And remember, the Wasteland is watching. See ya.